All right, Anthony Hartwig here with another Crestview girls basketball player profile, joined by sophomore Ava Bucey. Ava, thank you so much for taking the time to join us today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
All right, so we have to lead off with the fact that unfortunately your season did start late. You had to deal with a little bit of an injury at the beginning of the season. What was it like just kind of going through that and trying to wait until you were cleared and finally being able to get back on the floor with your teammates?
This is the third time that it's happened to me. In seventh grade, I tore my ACL, so I had a whole year off. So that was really hard for me because I'm not like a person that, doesn't like to play. I love to play. And watching my friends being able to play without me was hard. And then last year, I started off late too because I played soccer and I got an injury from that too. So this year, it was kind of, I don't want to say that like I'm used to it, but stuff happens, but I'm excited to be back. So yeah, it was hard, but we got through it.
Not something that anyone wants to or should be used to, which is
No.
dealing with injuries every year. And I'm sure a lot of people are watching this going, why does she keep coming back? What keeps you coming back? What keeps you going through these injuries and keep saying, hey, we're gonna keep trucking, through whatever adversity I have to face. What drives you?
Well, I was just writing a paper today, actually, an autobiography, and this is what really like has been set in my mind now is that like ever since I've started, I love it so much and I just can't see myself not playing the sport. So, it's just something in your head that like makes you want to come back. It's that like you can do it, you love it, you just have to return. You can't just stop.
There's obviously the physical work that comes back with coming back from an injury, but people don't talk enough about what mental state you have to be in to come back from an injury, being able to trust your body again to go out there and perform the way it used to. How do you get past that, the mental block that can come with an injury?
Yeah, that's definitely something that's not talked enough or even close to enough about. Honestly, I would say, in my perspective, I think that the hardest part about it is coming back. The recovery itself is hard, physical therapy, strength training, it's all hard. But the worst part is just coming back and having that confidence and not getting frustrated, after all of that's happened. You expect to be back, but you can't be. It takes a little bit. So, for me, I think that the thing that I just have to tell myself is that's like helped me this through this season that I don't think I've quite like caught on from until this season is that you just kind of have to give yourself a little bit of grace. Giving myself a little bit of grace has really helped me because you can't just expect yourself to be right back at it. You have to give yourself a little bit of time, and it'll come. You have to believe it'll just come.
Talk about your first game back and what that was like for you and the things that your emotions went through and what it was like to be back on the floor this year.
So my first game was away against Champion. We knew it was a big game, so I wasn't really sure. I know, well, the best thing is having coaches that believe in you and give you confidence. But I wasn't sure how much I'd play because I hadn't really, played any other game, and so my first game back, I was unsure, but I was, you have to be ready. You have to give 100% no matter what. If you're out there and you're going to play, you have to give 100%. So, I was ready. I was ready. I was definitely a little nervous because that comes with it. But I was ready. But the game that really like set the tone for me was my first home game. That was against LeBray, and just standing while the national anthem played, like I was just thinking to myself, like I haven't played here since last year. Like I'm so excited. I'm so grateful. I wasn't sure that I was going to be able to play this year. So like in that moment, it kind of just sunk all into me and everything went away. And it was just like, I'm so grateful to be playing, with my girls. I love them so much. My team is just amazing.
I want to talk up Coach Blatch a little bit because obviously he has to be a big part of you staying the course and staying positive through the
Mhm.
injuries. What did he do while you were down to keep your head up, to keep you positive, and to keep you kind of engaged in the sport?
Coach Blatch is great with that. In every drill, like even if it's just passing, keeping me involved in everything. giving me continuous support. The girls, not even Coach Blatch, just the girls are always, checking up on each other because we love each other. I mean, if you asked anyone on the team this year, we are closer than any other year. I'm sure you could ask the upperclassmen, they would agree. So just having that to fall back on is amazing. You don't get that probably in a lot of places. So just our environment, and yeah, the coaches are amazing. They always are being, helping you out and asking you how you're doing, checking up on you, making sure that they're there. So that's just really, really nice to have.
And a lot of teams try to get this chemistry that you're talking about. It's just out of reach for some teams.
Yeah.
So they're probably asking, like, what is it about Crestview, this group of girls that makes them not just close knit, but like a family in a sense where there's no problems inside that locker room.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just a sophomore, so I can only have 1 year to fall back on, but I can tell you that this year it's a completely different environment than it was last year. Our girls are all super, super close. There has never been a problem with us. We just, we're like family, we're like sisters. We trust each other. And another thing that goes along with that is like we hold each other accountable. We aren't afraid to do that. We know how each other are. We know each other so well that we can do that. And I think that's really important in a team because not everyone can do that without, thinking it's personal or something. So having that while also just being close. I mean, we try to hang out whenever we can. Like we love each other. These girls love each other. It's just a connection that I know a lot of teams can't have. And I'm just so grateful to have these girls. They're amazing.
And talking about the girls in Crestview right now, they're on a tear. These athletes in Crestview, you realize that there has not been a loss inside Crestview's gym yet this whole school year.
Mhm.
Volleyball went completely undefeated. They didn't lose until they went
Yeah.
to Barberton. And you guys are obviously undefeated. What's it like to look around the school and see this an era of excellence in the Crestview female sports?
Hey, the girls we're just killing it out here. We joke around with the boys all the time, telling them they need to pick it up or whatever. But yeah, I mean, definitely. I think one thing that it also isn't talked like enough about is like, female sports appreciation. A lot of people, put female like sports like down because they're not, males or whatever. But I mean, I think this just goes to show that, there are really talented girls out there. And I think that our school is, amazing. And that has a lot to do with coaching, and, like the girls themselves, how hard they push each other, how they push themselves, how much work they put in. So it's just nice for us to get that recognition. So yeah.
When it comes to raw talent, you get to play with two of the players in the area that probably are put above a lot of the others in Addison and Levine. I mean, the things that they're able to do on the court just go above a lot of the things that we see from players around the area. What's it like to just kind of be on the court and be kind of viewers of the things that those two can do?
That's a really good question. I've been best friends with Addison since 4th grade, and Lorraine, as soon as she moved here, I mean, even before that, I knew her and I knew I loved her. So being able to play with them is just something, little Ava couldn't even imagine. They're both my best friends. They're amazing at what they do. So, being able to play with them and having them on your back, especially for me, since, I'm coming back and, from injuries and stuff, they're always there. They're always going to be there to support you. It's not a big deal if like you're having one of those games that you're in your head. They will pick you up. They'll, try to get you involved in the game and pick you up in that way. So, they're always there. They're just amazing players. So, I mean, you can't really say anything bad about them.
Nah, definitely not on the basketball court. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's talk about this you in this school system and the subjects you learn. You're obviously a student athlete, and student comes first in that for a reason. What are some of your favorite things to learn about? Some of your favorite subjects in school?
I just like I said, I was writing an autobiography today. I love writing. I think that's something that a lot of people say they don't like, but once I find something that I'm interested in, I could write, 100 pages on it. And I'm sure like my teachers could tell you that too. I love writing. I my least favorite is math just because it takes me
Yep.
a second, but once I get it, just takes practice to get. But yeah, English, writing, those were probably my favorite. I don't really like social studies just because I don't pick it up as quickly, but yeah.
I don't think you're alone. I mean, everyone that I interview, they either like English and don't like math, or it's the other way around. There's not a lot of people out
Yeah.
there that are really good at both of those subjects. Must be
Mhm.
different sides of the brain that you can access. I don't know. It's one of those
Yeah.
things that doesn't go together too often. Talking about your English, though, and your writing abilities, are you more of a creative writer, or do you like those kind of research papers where you're able to dive into a subject and learn more about it and just express your knowledge about it? Or are you more of a person that likes the creative side?
I definitely like the creative side, but if there's like a good topic or I'm really into like anything that has to do with, physical aspects of science or, nutrition, anything like that, I love and I could write so much about. And mental health, anything like that, like I love to write about. But the creative writing side, talking about something you enjoy or something like that, I love to write about. Yeah.
All right, what is the toughest paper you've ever had to write?
Oh, that's a hard one. I would say anything that has to do with like um probably like Julius Caesar or something like around that because we're doing Julius Caesar right now and I just it's hard to wrap your brain around it really.
It really is.
Yeah.
When you think of all the things you've already accomplished, you have so many goals. I'm sure that are still in front of you with 2 more years to go in high school. What are you most proud of so far in your high school career, whether it be academic, whether it be athletic? What is one thing that you're just really proud that you've been able to accomplish so far as a sophomore?
Really so far as a sophomore, I'm very proud of myself for keeping my GPA so far and I'm proud of myself for, asking for help when needed. I'm I'm really proud of myself for like staying on task. I have to get stuff done like at a certain time or I don't even know. I have to. But I'm also proud of myself in the aspect that I have kept trying to do what I love even though, I've had some blocks there, but I just, keep persevering, it just I keep going. So I'm just proud of myself for that.
What are some personal goals you still have for yourself before this season is over?
Before the season is over, I want to get back, and like Ava, I want to get back like Ava. So that's just my goal. I want to get back. I want to feel confident, just I'm in that weird stage where it's just, you're not quite there yet, but you're getting back at it. So I just want to do that.
Talk to us about your game day routine. What does a typical game day look like for Ava Busey?
Typical game day. Well, you always got to start off with breakfast. Got to eat good the night before. Stay hydrated. I feel like I always get like a drink or something before a game, and I always go in early and shoot. Listen to music. You've got to have music. So yeah, that's about it.
Is school easier or harder to get through on game day for you?
Ooh, I feel like game days goes fast, but at the same time they go slow. So like during the school day, you're just like anxiously waiting for the game, but then like once it's over, it's like, oh my gosh, this day has gone by so fast. So I would say like during the day, fast, but then like once you actually get to the game, I mean slow, and then when you get to the game, it's fast.
All right, you said you have to have music. What's your playlist look like? Pre-game playlist specifically.
Ooh, well, I control the speaker, so I would say we have a good amount of Drake, J. Cole, Kanye, all the big ones.
Meyer definitely told us that you're in control of the playlist. You're in control of the speakers. Big
Yep.
responsibility. I mean, how seriously do you take this job?
You know, I take it pretty seriously because I think music is important. So, with the girls trusting me to do that, I try my best and I try to get some of what everyone likes. So, I take it pretty seriously.
Now you have to get everyone's music taste in there at
Yeah.
once. That's one of your jobs. Who is on the team that has like the opposite music taste of you?
That's a good one. I have some country in there randomly too, just for people. Oh, I don't know. Me and Addison have pretty much similar music taste. I would say probably either Lexi or Meyer, because I think they listen to a lot of country, and I don't really listen to that much.
Especially not pregame, right? That doesn't get you
Yeah,
hyped up.
not for you.
Yeah, what player on the team do you think is the best dancer? Like, I've seen you guys bust moves. I know you can dance. I know this team can dance. Who's got the best?
I honestly might have to give this to myself because I'm
Oh,
always
I like it.
dancing. But also Addison, when she gets going,
There's that Ava confidence right there. Who has the best kicks on the team?
Ooh, kicks. I think Lorraine has good kicks. Even like off the court, I think her shoes are really good, and Addison does too. So Lorraine and Addison, I would have to take that one.
Now you're the team playlist. That's your responsibility. I know the other thing that's important in girls basketball is the hairstylist. Who is in
Oh my
charge
gosh.
of players' hair?
Oh my gosh. Alexa DeCross. I have a video of her doing someone's hair on the bus, and she's always doing it. But we all have. I mean, I love doing cute hairstyles too, but Alexa DeCross does everyone's hair.
Yeah, it's a wizard. It's a wizard.
Yes.
Sometimes some of
Gets
the
it
braids
done
you all
real
come
fast.
out with. So before we let you go, Ava, we want to give you the time to take the light off of you and shine it on to the other people that support you. Give your shout outs, however many you want to give, to your support system and the people that are always in your corner.
Thank you. First, I want to shout out my parents just for always being there through everything. Secondly, our coaching staff always being there through everything. Always just giving everyone confidence and just being great coaches. And then my teammates. I couldn't ask for better teammates. Obviously, we get along so well. We're like sisters. We love hanging out. We're hard on each other, but it's never taken in the wrong way, and we just it makes us better. And then lastly, like my grandparents, always coming out and supporting me. And that's it.
All right, Ava, we want to thank you so much for taking the time to join us today, talking a little bit about your career and about your season. Wish you the best of luck the rest of the way. Hope it goes as long as it can. And we look forward to talking to you real soon.
Thank you so much.